The guests just keep on coming into the studio, and now we're joined by 9-0 prospect Finley James, who is in fight week currently. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. This is like the fun bit now. This is like
getting the weight off's the fun bit.
This is believe it or not, going through training in the midst of it is a slog. Waking up and then having a spar in the morning against someone and having to go graft at work after. Like they're the moments that you feel like it's never going to end. This is it. This is
you
the
enjoy
show.
the fight week.
This is where it gets
There's
interesting.
either one or the other, isn't there? Some fighters absolutely hate the fight week. They just want to get to the fight night. They can't stand the build up. Other fighters love it. They quite enjoy the media stuff they got to do.
I think what's the point of having this job if I don't enjoy this bit of it? Do you know what I mean? True. This is the bit that people want to see and they want to see.
How has the heat wave affected this fight camp? I know that sounds like a weird question, but we haven't really seen heat like this for this long for a long time.
Crazy.
Have you been training outside? Has the weight come off easier?
I'm in a gym where the geezers don't want to put the aircon on. Don't have no aircon. We've got a tinned roof and we're upstairs, so it was hot. But like, you just crack on. Didn't you? Like, what have I got to moan about? I'm like living my dream every day. So if I'm moaning about that, but some poor geezer's scaffolding or bricklaying in this heat, then they've actually got a bit of a tough time than me. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like doing some pads, or I'm on the bag, or I'm sparring, or I'm just cracking on with day to day. Do you know what I mean?
And again, Southern Area title. We've been lucky enough to have undisputed world champion Josh Taylor in here and lots of other world champions, but it's so important that the belts like that, especially with Zuffa coming in now and everyone getting excited, if they're not going to go down a domestic route, shows like this that have domestic titles. We had Johnny Fisher on down the line, so proud to take the Southern area heavyweight title to his granddad's grave, and you're fighting for that in your division.
Yeah, I think like when I turned over, I wasn't in the biggest blessed position to go and get a big deal somewhere. Like I had to graft, you know. Like my blessing was having an opportunity to get down Mark's gym with the Tibsies and like show what I can do to them. Do you know what I mean? Like I knew if I can get in that room, I can get sparring some of these fighters, I can get in front of them, they'll see it, you know. And I had done that, and it was graft, and I had to show that I am worth it. And I had to go to the small promotions on Neilson and TM14, and they looked after me. But once again, I have to show my value to them. If I ain't selling tickets or if I ain't good enough, they're gonna bin ya. So I knew I had a bit maybe more pressure than some of these lads on the big shows. But overall, like I was talking to Mark earlier, like I've learned a lot about the game now. Like I've had to sell tickets to pay an opponent, work out who's getting paid what, actually get a contract in front of me, read it and understand what I have to do, not just rock up, get paid per round and go, oh, is it getting paid, am I getting paid more than the other heavyweight they just signed? Like actually learning business rather than I didn't really go to college. I had no idea of going to university, didn't care about going to secondary school, so I've been learning business on the job. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to learn business on the job rather than some geezer that's never done business tell me how it works. Which I've been very grateful for.
Well, listen, we had Dave Allen in here last week, and he did a little 4-rounder in Doncaster the other day. By the time, I think he said he sold 100 odd tickets. By the time he got home, he had earned £80.
Yeah, love it.
Love it. So when we say to someone like Dave Allen, why are you still boxing? You've done well, you've got some money. It's because boys love the sport. And people again think just because you're on telly or just because you're at York Hall that you're getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds, and it's so
the cool thing what Dave's doing as well, like he's signing local boys.
And again, so the deals that he's doing, so he's just taken that fight in Croke Park. Part of his deal to do that for Matchroom was that they promised him X amount of fights for his kids over here.
But only a fighter who gets into management would do something like that. Because he has been through the rough bit, he's made it a little bit, and then it's went back to being rough again. Like, he understands it. Same with Sonny Edwards, what he's doing at the moment, like advising fighters and helping fighters. They understand what is going on. Like, that's the same like why I went with Mark. He was a fighter.
You went there because El Brook was training there.
Ebony Bridges before that, you know. It was a great time. It was a great time.
You know, what you didn't go to school or college?
I was like 17 years old. I was going, what have you been doing this morning? I was like, me and Ebony been running around. Like, it's been a great time. Yeah, trying to explain that to your mates is like mind-boggling for people.
And have you had to work around training?
Yeah, I'm very lucky that I coach in the gym. So my life is just boxing from wake up to go to sleep. But I wouldn't really want to do anything else.
No.
This is the first time anyone's let me in an office. Like, the only time I was ever let into a university was to go and spar at Loughborough. Like, on my opening doors is boxing. So I'm very happy with however it plays out, whatever happened, just keep continuing that journey and keep forcing it forward.
And the strange thing is, when we've met once before, and it was having pie and mash with a politician.
Save the pie and mash.
One of the things that I love, one of the things I've done.
That was the start of my political campaign.
Why? May I ask why?
Save the pie and mash.
Okay.
So in Essex and East London, these
nothing to do with Essex, by the way. It's East London.
I know, but it
has branches.
It's creeped.
Everyone who makes any dough in East London moves to Essex.
My mum and dad. My mum's from
West London. You go to Ross.
My dad's from Plaistow. They was lucky enough to get out and move to Essex. It's like the dream, isn't it? And now if you're lucky, you can move a little bit further. So it's just the way it goes. So, but yeah, Essex has really kind of took on that East London tradition, and these pie and mash shops are just slowly, one by one, getting eat up by other businesses. Well, I'm sure there's more in Essex now than there are left in London, because we were Shepherd's Bush and we had Cooks. That's gone. Under GK Kelly's every day up Roman Road. They can't shut that place down. There'll be uproar if that
No, Manzies in Tower Bridge is still going strong.
Another one.
But they do, because land and shops in London is so expensive, they are popping up further out. I was in Clapham Junction the other day, go to the Magistrates Court. That was a laugh. And I found one there. Never ever seen one like you wouldn't think, because they're usually an East or West End staple.
It's not the popular thing at the minute.
No.
The popular thing is going down fucking Joe and the Juice. Or getting a
coffee.
matcha.
What's coffee?
Or do you know what I mean? You're going on the street. Like I walk to my missus' office is like 2 minutes from here, so I come up with her.
Sushi.
7 coffee shops on next to each other. It's nearly bad as a Turkish barber's. Like it's like we don't need this much. No one drinks this much coffee, and no one's even going in there and getting a coffee. Everyone's getting like it's got 17 million ingredients in it.
Yeah,
like,
fancy stuff.
So these older things are just getting ate up by a new popular business, which, look, you can't complain because everyone's got to make a few quid. But
you know, like when you go to Seaside, you're on fish and chips. I think it should be more of a thing when you go to London. You get pie and mash.
One of my earliest memories is from the wet fish shop. My granddad would bring home a big bag of cockles and winkles, and I used to have to get them out with a pin. You're younger than me.
I'm only a little bit.
As you can see, we're now joined by promoter Mark Neilson. As we're having the pie and mash discussion, you're a bit like me. You didn't really know about it.
No idea. Pie, mash and liquor. I'm a Southwest boy, so for me it's all scrumpy. So I'm like you. I've never heard of it. I've come over here, pie, mash and liquor. What is liquor anyway? What is it?
Parsley. Mixed up with the eel, the water that you boil the eels in. You mix it with parsley and you turn it into a sauce.
That's a tough sell, really, right?
To be fair, the thing with pie and mash is, unless you eat with as much salt, pepper and vinegar,
it's just pie and mash.
Yeah.
Pie and mash, I'll get it. But gravy, liquor, what's that about? No,
I would have the gravy, definitely, definitely. How are you? Big week for you.
Yeah, busy week, big week. So exciting week for us. So. Busy, it's the biggest show we've ever done, working with MF Pro on DAZN, so big deal for us.
Yeah, just tell us a little bit about the show, because you collaborate quite a lot with other promotions, but this is the biggest one yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we do our own thing, in the Southwest, where Cheltenham, Gloucester, Cardiff, Bristol, we're all over. We've done Liverpool, Bracknell. We only came into London a couple of years ago, and now we're sort of a regular in York Hall. But like you say, we do collaborate a lot with the other promoters. We did a 5v5 after Frank and Eddie did it. I phoned John Chaturi, TM14, and said, mate, because I get on with everyone, we work with everyone. I said to him, mate, why don't we do a 5v5? Yeah, cracking idea. So we did that and did a big show at sort of Indigo O2. It was like a few thousand in there, and it was, and you were on that as well.
Who won?
Pardon? We're not going to talk about that. But
it's like I was on one. Yeah, put it that way.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about that. So yeah, we do sort of collaboration is the word of the day these days. Everyone's working together, but that worked really well for all of us. And now since then, all our York Hall shows with John Chaturi at TM14 as well, and we just sort of pool our resources, because they were doing one show on one Saturday, we were the following Saturday, we're all fishing in the same pond. Why don't we work together? We can have better shows, numbers can be better. So rather than him having 1,000 that week and 1,000 the following week, we can have it together in a couple of thousand and share our resources as well. So it makes sense. And better shows, so it's better for the fans, it's better for the boxers, because on bigger shows, we can do better production. And now we're sort of, moving up another level and doing MF Pro. So I know Nissa Saulen very well, and we'd sort of, spoken over time, and he said, why don't we work together, do something together? We said, yeah, great, because he's got his sort of headline boxers, Harlem Eubank.
It's only really him and Vidal. Other than that, they really don't have any. And it's similar really to when Riyadh or Riyadh season or the Ring magazine decide to make a big show. It's only really the headline acts that they do. I mean, Fury Makhmadov, that was largely all Ben Shalom's, or certainly it looked like that anyway. And then there'll be other ones where they have a main event. So that is great. If MF Pro, who do only really have, I think, Harlem, Vidal, Matty Harris, if those guys are the headlines and they need to fill a card, it's fantastic. I mean, I remember Jake Henty, your boxing. I'm sure he was on Team GB for quite a while. He was called the Ghost, and I was thinking he's going to turn over and be a runaway star, and maybe it hasn't really happened for him, but that is you're so evenly matched. It's such a good fight to make when, sadly, fighters have to be built and you have to have journeyman and learn your trade, but you two are at such an evenly matched period in your career. It's going to be a great contest.
It's going to be wicked, and I think these are the things that, for me, I ain't to shy away from it. Do you know what I mean? I just crack on with business. I'm grafting in the gym. I might as well. I believe in myself, as we all should. You get a lot of prospects out here that want to duck and dive and dip and dodge and control.
It's Dodgeball, the film, isn't it? You've watched that, Vince Vaughn.
That's a good idea. But let's say a good fight comes across the table, get paid decent, and I know what I am capable of doing, and I want to grow my stock. So the way of growing your stock is getting in there with the best possible evenly matched competition and winning. If you keep winning, nothing's going to hold you back. Say, like I said earlier, I wasn't blessed to go on the big platform, but I'm going to graft my way there, and the way I'm going to graft my way there is beating the other people that want the same thing.
Well, I was talking to Bilal before. He's the it's the ideal story, isn't he? He didn't get a big contract. He fought on one of our early shows in York Hall, when he just turned up. 10 people came with him and just did the win, had a 4-rounder, won. And now look at him, signed to Matchroom, and they're looking at really big fights for him, and he can go all the way. And that's a way to do it. If you don't get signed to a big promoter from the off, you can work your way into that position. And there's lots of fighters out there who don't. They can get 12-0, 13-0, 14, haven't really fought anyone. They keep disappearing from the gym and then coming back. And so this is, you and Jake, both 9-0, cracking undercard fight, isn't it? Jake's had a couple of 10-rounders already, but it's a proper breakout fight for both these lads, and they're both up for it. And it's a good sign that both of them want to take this kind of fight on a big platform, so they can, you'll have some big names in the crowd looking at them. So hopefully you get picked up from.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? The only way you can put your name out there is by having a good body of work. And if you box 10 journeymen, the body of work is poor. No big promoter wants to invest into it, and then you just go and fight another journeyman on your show. He wants you, even if this wasn't my path, eventually I would have gone onto a big show and been an away fighter and shown that way.
They're not going to pick you up if you've only fought journeyman, because they're going to put you in a big fight. As soon as you step up, you're going to fall short. You may not, but you might do. So they want to be able to see you've stepped up and got through it, and you're good enough to go to the next level. And
in this game, in every game, you ain't owed nothing from no one. A lot of people want to turn over and think they're owed the world. You ain't owed nothing. Even world champions out there ain't owed nothing. You have to go and graft, put your head down, work hard, and earn it. That's the only way you're going to get recognition from people. We're in a sport that's so opinion based that you have to go and show what you can do. And if you can't show what you can do, you ain't capable of doing it, that's okay. But put yourself out there. Try.
And having Harlem at the top of the bill, and perhaps Chris Senior, again, whether it's TV viewers or social media attraction, that's all going to be reflected onto the boys as well, which is a massive deal.
Yeah, it's great for them to be fighting on such a big platform with someone like Eubank on the top of the bill. And I mean, for Harlem, that's a big fight for him, isn't it? Yeah, this Papot is only lost once, and that's to a guy and is now world champion.
Yeah.
So. Big fight for Harlem. It's a step up for him, and we're talking about 9-0 going on to a breakout fight for Harlem. Gets through this, and it's a world title for the next fight. So you're fighting on the undercard of a show like this in a big venue with thousands of people in there, with world level fighters as a main event. So it's great for the undercard as well, isn't it?
And it's a blessing, because I feel I've kind of grown with the promotion that have given me a chance. You know, like your first show at the O2 Indigo got put on that one, and then the second one got put on that one. So I kind of got to grow with the place that give me an opportunity.
Yeah, we've looked at most of the card that we've put together, which is what MFI are working with us for, is guys that we've worked with. So we've worked with you for most of your fights since we've been in London, John as well, and obviously John to three of your earlier fights as well. So we've obviously just, when we're putting this card together, who have we worked with, who are the good prospects, who's been sort of good to us and loyal to us, well, we look after them. So it's coming good for you guys as well now.
Yeah, because I think I did one of your very first post-fight interviews.
When I done a top tier show.
Yeah, it was very, very early on as well. And it's so nice to see that you're like progressing through the early fights of your career now at that title stage. You're fighting for titles, you get the win, it's just full steam ahead then. If you wanting to do it the traditional route, you start in like Southern area English, are you wanting that route?
I just want to be in good fights. I want to be in fights people remember, and I want to have my own thing that I look back at. Like, I even fighting German, I never really boxed. I boxed one proper journeyman. Everyone else was either a winning record guy or undefeated guy. So going through that, it's my own body of work that, like, from grassroots, like you say, you get to kind of watch and go, oh, you know what, he done alright that night, I remember him, oh, now look what he's doing. And that's kind of how I want it to be. So when I am on the big stage and I am boxing for world titles and British titles like that, people go, oh yeah, no, I actually remember him when he was boxing at Southern area. Like people say like about Brad Pauls. I'm going to shows Brad Pauls was boxing them, like, was he was at your call shows, I don't know if yours or whatever, like, but and then you're like, oh, he's been on won a British title, like, good for him. Leo Doherty, I was chuffed when Leo Doherty won. I know he's got 2 kids at home, they need the dough, and he's grafted on these small shows and went and made it. So you're kind of like, you feel proud for them, you know, and I just want people to have that kind of same feel for me.
We did John's show at York Hall the other week. We did a whole YouTube show on it, and what was great to highlight was Jake Pollard, the journeyman that turned up. He's a farrier. Yeah. So the next day he was in fields doing horses' hooves. Right. Silas Burgess, he's an account manager. Yeah. It's his second fight. Yeah. There are always so many great stories without trying to throw you under the bus or put under pressure. Is there a story of a kid on there that rings a bell like that? Because most of them have, maybe this one's a bit too big, but most of those fellas, certainly for those York Hall shows, certainly the journeyman, they've got jobs.
Bilal he's obviously got a great backstory, isn't he? I mean, I've worked with so many, and boxing's brilliant about getting boxers these opportunities. Shab Hadri, one of the guys we work with, he's a Gloucester boxer. He's got this brilliant story. I say brilliant, it's an interesting story. He came over back for Laurie, Afghanistan, when all the ISIS and all that trouble was going on, and he came over, couldn't speak English, got adopted. Now he's got a degree, he's got a job, he's fought for titles, he's self-sufficient, he's got his own house, and you just think boxing has given him that. Boxing is littered with stories like that. Anthony Joshua was in that trouble. There's a fork in the road, and they can go choose which way to go, and boxing has saved so many young people. But like you say, some of just got ordinary jobs. Put a suit on and go and do some sales on a Monday morning in the office and stuff when they're getting punched in the face on the Saturday. Boxing. It's
so because good. So true. So good. Well, best of luck for Saturday. Your journey continues. Hopefully get the win Saturday, and then it just progresses, but best of luck and enjoy it. Huge show, don't miss it. That is Saturday night.